This morning, the Supreme Court of Canada will hear the case of a Nova Scotia man convicted of sexual assault. In 2007, he tampered with his girlfriend's condoms. She got pregnant. It's a case that turns on the legal definition of consent. Blair Rhodes explains.
Craig Jarrett Hutchinson thought he could save his flagging relationship by getting his girlfriend pregnant, so he poked holes in her condoms. She did get pregnant, but when he confessed to her in a text message, she terminated both the relationship and the pregnancy and called police. That was the summer of 2007.
It was a bit of a toxic relationship, and he lost his sense, and he did some things which he regretted, which he isn't pretending aren't bad, but things which he is saying now and has said throughout just are not criminal.
Hutchinson was acquitted at his first trial, but he was convicted at a second trial, a decision that was upheld on appeal. The Crown says this case comes down to the question of consent.
What's important in this case is the issue of whether or not the very fact of poking the hole surreptitiously, using the condoms in sexual intercourse, unbeknownst to the victim, if that is sufficient to remove consent. The argument that the Crown had, that I had in the case, was clearly yes. The majority of the Court of Appeal agreed with that.
AIDS and HIV groups are concerned that the decision made by the Nova Scotia Court of Appeal in this case could potentially criminalize more activity in the bedroom, because in the past it wasn't enough to simply talk about consent or deception. There also had to be a significant risk of serious bodily harm. Those groups have been granted intervener status and have about 10 minutes to make their case to the Supreme Court. Blair Rhodes, CBC News, Halifax.